En tiennytkään, että me eletään tässä tulevaisuudessa. Tai sehän tulee yllätyksenä kyllä. 2019. Makes sense to me. Kieltämättä näyttää ihan Los Angelesilta.
I'm leaving now.
Lucy, my sweet.
I cleaned out the tiger cage and sorted all the meal bins. So, if it's all right, it's my turn to fix dinner.
Haven't you forgotten something, little one? Just one little thing.
Mr. Runcer, please.
It's been a very long day.
Kriipasoid
Don't
intro.
want to.
Now, Lucy, I thought we'd settled this last week. Don't let's forget who pays your salary. We're closed. Come back tomorrow. Wait, I haven't finished with you. I told you we're closed.
We're not here to buy, little man. We've come to sell.
You can't possibly have anything to interest me. These are extremely rare animals of the highest quality.
What a coincidence.
So am I.
That is the price for humility.
Oh, please, don't.
And what else might we interest you in today, sir? Perhaps some virtue?
Not my animals, please. I'm begging you.
But what of honor, little man? At what price? Honor.
Oh my God, no! That tiger is the rarest specimen ever seen.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright. The forest of the night.
BR 61661, report to precinct headquarters, code 3. Repeat, code 3.
I was just finishing up my 12 out on patrol when I got the call. Welcome relief considering that the most action I'd seen all night was a schizoid grandmother doing the shimmy in her underwear in the second sector.
Lewd.
BR 61661, report to division headquarters, code 3. Repeat, code 3.
Last time I had a 3 was when some hooker vomited Thunderbird on Bryant's desk, and yours truly led the cleanup crew. Year and a half on the job, it was still the dirtiest work I'd seen. Where's Captain Bryant?
Took a sick day. Got himself a heinous case of ptomaine poisoning. He asked me personally to run the unit in his absence.
Gouza was one of the old-time guys who took their knocks in the streets. He had a friendly way about him, but you didn't want to turn your back on him if you were less than a friend.
Hope you've been enjoying your leisure time, kid, because it's time to take that thumb out of your ass.
Hallelujah.
Don't get too excited. The other Blade Runners are all jammed up. Holden's sucking dinner through a straw. Gaff's working the Tyrell break-in and Steele's working special undercover. Looks like you got this one by default.
You really know how to make a girl feel wanted.
Animal murder done at Runciter Zoological. Probably just be a schizoid glitz, but we got the call. Old man Runciter lost something like 1 billion chinions worth.
10 to 1, this ain't a job for Rep Detect.
You got something better to do? Perfect your French cooking, maybe?
Maybe.
Slumming tonight, Slim?
I thought you were on special assignment.
Wasn't too damn special after I had the suckers out.
What happened?
Couple of fours were masquerading as fibroplast insulators down at Kaiser. I dressed up like a nurse, they never had a chance.
I'll bet. You put them on the machine?
Hell no! There's a beautiful little thing in here called the Magic, and it ain't ever been wrong. You develop it, you got a brilliant career ahead of you.
I'm working on it.
What's Gouza got you doing tonight?
AM at Runciter's.
Animal murder. Oh, those skin jobs got no respect for anything that truly lives and breathes. And that goddamn Eldon Tyrell ought to be zipped into a body bag and flushed into deep space.
Get rid of him, we'd be out of a job.
I think we're all overdue for a little off-world paid vacation. You can stop staring at my ass now.
You got eyes in the back of your head?
All you gotta do is ask, Slim.
Yeah. Long intro is long.
Animal sales was a profitable and prestigious business since most real animals had died out after the Terran War. There were plenty of electric ones, though, powered by rechargeable batteries. No self-respecting human would own one of those frauds.
Indeed. It's the Blade Runner. Ja nyt mä pääsen jopa klikkailemaan ympäriinsä. Ja tietysti ensimmäinen asia, mikä pitää hoitaa, sehän tää optionista kuntoon, koska this game is weird. Conversation choices. Mä en koskaan oikein ymmärtänyt tätä, kuka haluaisi pelata tällä niin kuin siis automaattisysteemillä. Voisit valita suoraan tosta niin kuin sun keskustelu menee aina, tai niin kuin siis näitten hommien mukaan niin kuin siis polite, normal, surly ja erratic. Sitten jos toi designer katte, mikä on muistaakseni tullut nyt noihin tän remasterin kanssa, no remasteri. Se, että tää yleensäkin toimii nykykoneella, vaatii jonkun verran niinku duunia. Ja user choice varmaan paras vaihtoehto tähän tapaukseen. Tietysti vielä millä vaikeusasteella tämän päätti aloittaa tällä kertaa. Oliko se... Point and click vaikeus. No niin. Point and click vaikeusasteet aika pitkä riippuu siitä, kuinka paljon sulla on kuteja sun pistoolissa. Muistaakseni easyllä sulla oli muistaakseni loputtomat. Nyt se sentään piti muistaa ton. Sen takia mä koitan just seivata ton. Yes sir. Semmosta, en tiedä, tuli vaan eilen yhtäkkiä hirveä niinku imo, että tässä varmaan Blade Runneriinkin pelata jossain vaiheessa, kun kerkee tässä näin. Why not now? Sinänsä on mielenkiintoinen tapaus, että tässä on niinku jonkun verran aina random generointia mukana tässä näin. Tässä on muistaakseni yli 10 erilaista loppua, tai niinku siis ainakin 10 erilaista niinku yhdistelmää noista lopuista. Se on erilaisia, eri hahmot voi olla replikantteja, tai se voi olla itse esimerkiksi jossain noista. Ja se on aika mielenkiintoinen. Siitä on aika helvetin kauan, kun mä oon viimeksi tätä pelannut.
Find something?
Katsotaan mitenkään.
Piece of chrome. From a car?
No, I think it's horse chrome.
Plus mä laitoin
Tag it and
subtitlet
tag.
tähän näin, koska tää pyörii nyt ScumVM:llä. Ihan niinku siis virallisella tietokoneella. Niin. Virallisella tietokoneella. Nykytietokoneella sanotaan. Ehkä parempi.
What do you know?
About 30 counts of animal murder and one of aggravated assault. The shop's been
Sounds
trashed.
about right.
You ought to see this tiger cub they got in there. It's a goddamn tragedy.
How's old man Runciter holding up?
State of shock. He's been moaning and complaining about his world caving in.
It's
You'd feel
goddamn
the same way if
tragic.
they were your animals. How many perps?
At least 2. Bloody footprints all over the scene.
Must be a delightful sight. Find anything else out here?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract
Zilcho.
art. All over the walls and ceiling.
I never did appreciate art.
Let's
Scratches and
investigate.
paint flecks, and I knew what they meant. Unless the city had bought a jet black fire truck, somebody had a big fat traffic ticket coming.
Do the police
I already
things.
checked for a crowbar, some kind of tool. No luck, but it looks like we've got some latents.
Make sure the lab boys run them through the mainframe, human and rep. Canvass the area.
Kaikki pitkän
Maybe somebody
linjan
had his
mukaan
eyes
tietysti.
open.
I'm on it.
You do that.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for 2 very big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled, graceful even. Quite a pair.
Muistais vielä.
My precious one. She was my baby.
Big caliber, possibly off-world combat weaponry. Ballistics might give me a fix on it.
That's what
McCoy,
I thought.
LPD.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
She's responsible for all this
Just
mayhem?
kyseenalaista, kuka helvetti on Lucy
No,
Devlin.
of course not. It was 2 men acting in concert with her, obviously.
Obviously. What'd they look like?
Big and scary and absolutely malevolent.
Can you think of anything they might have been after?
First, I thought they wanted money, but I don't keep any in the shop. Then I thought they wanted to steal my animals, but they started executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts? I'm ruined. Totally ruined.
You ever do any
Älä
business
minkä.
with the replicant manufacturers? Tyrell Corporation?
I resent that accusation.
Just wondering.
Officer, last May I personally sold Governor Colvig an exquisite Bergeron coat. I have been a guest at his house on 3 separate occasions. Do I look like I need to carry artificial product?
Yes.
Tell me about this Lucy.
There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for about a month. She's about 14 years old with pink hair. A very attractive young thing.
How'd you find her?
She
Disgusting.
came to me with a reference from Ogilvy's in the Northwest Zone. And he's a very reputable wholesaler.
You treat her well?
As well as any young tot should be treated.
She got a desk? Or someplace where she worked?
She used to eat over there.
See if you can dig up that reference from Ogilvy's.
Yes, it's somewhere here. Just a moment.
I gotta do the policeman things. Hienoa pathfindingia.
Here you are.
Ottakaa huomioon, että tää peli tuli
You got any discs from
1997.
that camera?
It's irrelevant. Those
Tää
murderers
peli on
also
vanhempi kuin
destroyed the
jotkut
camera.
tän streamin
Thousands
seuraajat.
of Chinyans worth.
Maybe it photographed them before they shot it out.
I guess you've got a
Toi
point.
vaan kyllä niin hieno pathfinding setti aina välillä. Sori, liian lähellä. Ei pysty. Oh my. Nyt se peli päätti vihdoinkin, että hetkinen. Olisikohan se nopeampaa vaan siirtää tätä pelaajahahmoa, kun koko aika vetää toi lenkki tuolta.
My precious one. She was my baby.
The baby. The baby. The baby. The baby. The baby. Oop. What's in here?
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself.
Goddamn chopsticks.
A candy bar. Yuck. Well, isn't that cute?
Yeah. What's this then?
A toy dog.
Todennäköisesti erittäin tärkeitä asioita. For police work. Tässä nyt loppupeleissä muistaakseni niin hirveästi pixel-huntteja ollut.
It didn't add up. Animal murders, the lack of any theft. The small animals alone were worth a good chunk of change on the street. It seemed more like an act of vengeance.
As a list. What you find?
Find anything else out here?
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
Okay.
Find anything else out here?
This guy lives across the street. Says he heard a crash late last night. Looked out his window and saw a black sedan speeding away from the scene.
Sounds about right.
About 30 counts of animal murder and 1 of aggravated assault. This guy lives across the street. This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
Kaikki tarvittava. Mitäs? F2 pääsee seivaamaan saman tien. Nice. Let's get the F out of here. For more police work. Like kinda actual police work. Kun muistais vielä mennä oikeaan paikkaan, niin se on se edes. Run, McCoy, run.
Roof. Laboratory. Mainframe and shooting range.
Kun muistas vielä mihin mä haluaisin mennä.
Laboratory.
Ylhäältä alaspäin. Kyllä nyt väkisinkin löydän jossain vaiheessa oikean paikan sitten.
Got anything new for me, Dino?
I was wondering when you'd show your mug around here, McCoy. The shell casings from Runciter should be in the Museum of Military History.
How's that?
They're from an Ender rifle. It's standard issue off-world military hardware. Heavy caliber. That puppy can punch right through a tank.
What can I conclude from that?
Whoever used this piece didn't just walk into their local sporting goods store and buy it. Those babies are collectibles, and they ain't cheap.
Intressant.
Anything else?
We got the animal corpses from Runciter's, but there wasn't a whole lot to work with.
Bone marrow?
About 50% were real, the rest were fakes.
So, Runciter was ripping his customers off.
State-of-the-art fakes. Miles beyond the crap you see on Animoid Row.
The kind that comes from
But
legit
still
manufacturers?
fakes.
And they're the ones that usually produce the quality.
What about the wounds?
Most of them were shot point blank, but we're looking at some others. Sloppy cuts with a knife, like the perp was really pissed off at something.
Butcher knife?
Could be, but who cuts meat anymore?
Nice bunch of reps I'm tailing. Hope
Ravintolat
you're not pulling
muun
a meat
muassa.
cleaver out of my back next week. Anything else?
That black paint you found on the fire hydrant, it's from a ground car.
You sure?
The angle of impact was almost head-on. And there ain't too many spinner drivers klutzy enough to smack a street-level hydrant in VTOL mode.
I heard your wife got her license back.
You're a real funny guy, McCoy.
Anything else?
That piece of chrome you found outside of Runciter's is from a 1995 Pontiac.
Nice set of wheels.
It's okay, not what I call a classic.
Joo, ei ole varmaan yleistynyt vielä tuossa vaiheessa niin viitolliksi kutsuminen. VTOL. Why not? Well, bye. Thanks for the things.
Violent street crime in the city rose again last year by a whopping 26%, according to the latest figures from the Department of Justice. Governor Kolvig attributed the change to the dramatic increase in the number of specials registered as city residents and promised a tough new set of standards for the City Immigration Bureau by next month.
Cool.
Old copies of case files, notices, and memos. The usual station junk.
Makes sense.
Lucky Strikes. Crystal's brand. I knew she was spending a lot of time in the training maze these days, even though she'd already gotten close to a perfect score.
Toi on vähän paskapuoli. Aina klikkaat vähän sinne päin, jos osut tuohon McCoyhin, se menee automaattisesti tonne Koijaan. It's kinda annoying. Välillä. Ui, tää ei...
Uploading personal clue database.
That's not what I meant to do.
Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Thanks. Piti esperöidä kuvia.
Scanning video disk. 2 enhanceable images found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database. Runciter crime scene.
What do we have here? Enhance! Enhance! Todellakin tää on niinku siis 100% zoom in on the reflections meininkiä. Ja mystisesti voit vaihtaa myös kuvasta välillä kuvakulmaa. Muistais vielä mitä kaikkea täällä oikeesti niinku oli. Not enhanced enough. Nyt tulee ehkä kaikista paras. How the fuck does this work?
Hello there, Lucy. Give me a hard copy of that.
I can't believe you've done this. Niinku siis kuvia pystyy kierrättää tolleen noin. Kato, it's fine.
It's some kind of insect. Give me a hard copy of that.
It's an insect. Enhance. RTX vuonna 1997.
Sushi menu from Howie Lee's. Give me a hard copy of that.
Enhance. Saako siinä mitään sen mielenkiintoisempaa tossa kuvassa? Tää menee ehkä vielä vähän villimmäksi vielä.
Run sitter crime scene.
No niin.
He looks familiar. Give me a hard copy of that.
We must go deeper.
Muddy boots. Guess he's from out of town. Give me a hard copy of that.
Mielenkiintoinen päätelmä. Ottakaa huomioon, että toi kamera on tuo sisällä tuolla rakennuksessa.
A black ground car. Looks like it's been around the block a few times. Give me a hard copy of that.
En mä koita tuoda logiikkaa tähän. Muistaakseni pääsee vielä syvemmällekin.
Local license plate. Give me a hard copy of that.
Interesting. Tullut pelattua tää alku 1 miljoona kertaa tässä näin. Täällä vaan ei tainnut olla mitään mielenkiintoista enää. Don't really care. Katsotaan, onks tää... Ei tainnut olla mitään heijastusjuttuja. Vai oliko? Can we go even deeper? Ei tainnut mennä ihan niin syvälle kuitenkaan. Dang it. Well, that's a tiger. Thanks for that.
Uploading
Nyt pitää
personal
päivittää
clue
tuo database.
Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Noin niin, no ei. Se on kato pimeässä, niin unohdin senkin vetää sinne. True. Se niin toimi. It's too dark, yo.
He looks familiar.
Mm-hmm. Sen syvemmälle ei pääse. Se on hyvä meemi, että sä voit niinku sisäkameran kautta kiertää tonne pihalle asti katsomaan ton rekisterikilven tosta autosta, mutta et millään näe, kuka se toinen tyyppi tossa on. That's impossible.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Upload complete. Mitäs tuolla edes oli?
Well, if it ain't Ray McCoy.
Bryant finally letting you play with the big boys.
My clearance come through?
You bet. You bring your piece?
Don't leave home without it.
Steele's been running the maze every other day for 2 weeks, and the targets are getting a little roughed up.
I thought Gouza was gonna requisition some new ones.
I ain't seen him down here in a month. Guess he's been busy.
Poor guy. I bet he gets all tuckered out from pushing those papers around.
And don't sell him short, McCoy. Gouza could be one tough hombre.
Gouza.
I remember when we worked mice together. He poured acetone on 2 pimps that gave us some lip and lit a match. I'll tell you, it looked like the goddamn 4th of July
Police
out
violence.
there.
Peachy. You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
Kyllä. Aged like fine
Hit the
wine.
lock, Jack.
I guess there ain't no harm in it.
Oh no, ampumarata.
Target and shoot all threats. Do not shoot innocents.
Katsotaanko?
Confirm target as hostile before shooting.
Save scummit. Au. No. Se ei tainnut olla asetta. Olla oli. Eikö ei se ollut taskaa? Oli vähän vaikea koittaa tosta pikselimöllistä irrottaa. Onko niillä mitään asetta kainalossa siinä? Suoraan sojottamassa eteenpäin.
Completed sequence. Proceed to next station.
Tullut herran vuonna 1997. Ennen kuin EA osti Westwoodin ja pilasi kaiken. Aika varmaan, että sillä ei ollut kyllä. Mä olin kyllä muistaakseni aika hyviä silloin, jos sä koitit pelata sitä niinku pätsäämätöntä Blade Runneria nykytietokoneella, niin nämä ammuskeluhommat toimi niin nopeasti, että sä et kirjaimellisesti kerinyt reagoida mitenkään mihinkään. No niin. Pari siviiliä siellä on täällä. That's fine.
Completed sequence. Proceed to next station.
Westwood, kaikki muut Dunet ja Command Conquerit sun muut. Muun muassa Lands of Loret. Okei, Lands of Lore 1. Mä en muista tekis ne edes 2. Nyt rupee kyllä menee vähän luokkaa, että miten mulla olisi tarkoitus kirjata nämä kaikki. Don't do it, lady. Eikö se ole vauva sylissä?
Completed sequence.
Vauvat on vaarallisia. Tää eliminoida molemmat mahdollisimman nopeasti. Where was the next sequence? Onko tässä 4 sequenssia? Doesn't matter if you're a dude or a lady. If you're holding a gun, you get shot.
Completed all
Damn.
sequences.
Muistin
Proceed
oikein.
to exit.
Ei se Void Camp Machine kato sitä, onks mä kusipää vai en. Fun times. Never gonna do that again. Muistaaks mä en... Aika varma, että ihan sama mitä sä tekisit tässä näin. Sä et ikinä tuu voittamaan tuota stiiliä. Vaikka sä vetäsit täydellisesti ton noin. Steel über alles. Mä jotenkin aina muistan tän alueen tästä.
Hey, pal.
What's up? Pal? I ain't your pal, buddy. Deckardin on kato liian kiire. Alkoholisoitua ja olla Harrison Ford. Jota ei ole tässä pelissä, by the way. Mä aika varma, että jossain vaiheessa näet Deckardin valokuvassa takapäin. Ihan vaan sen takia, että ei vahingossa tarvi maksaa Harrison Fordille Harrison Ford-masseja. Koska se on kallista.
Bryant go on permanent leave and you get full use of the office, Lieutenant?
You know the procedure. Dump it all in the mainframe upstairs and I'll read it later.
You got it. Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant. I was just checking in.
We'll get back out there. Those reps ain't retiring themselves.
Yeah, suicidal targets would make my job a lot easier.
Everybody's got a job, kid.
Thanks for that.
Lock up. Lock up. Ground floor. Lock up.
Lock up.
Are they letting me out?
I'm not the one who makes that decision.
I don't even know who you are.
I suppose it's my turn to bear the cross for the cause.
Who are you, anyway?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
I got some more questions for you.
Your associate, Ms. Steele, has already taken my statement. I have nothing more to say unless I have an attorney present.
I got some more questions for you.
Your associate, Ms. Steele, has already taken my statement.
Blah, 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 blah.
I have nothing more to say unless I have an attorney present.
Next. Tietysti. Tähän on poliisimiehen kuulustella vankeja, vaikka sulla ei ole mitään tekemistä koko asian kanssa, mutta... Se voisi teoriassa olla. Hetken, mä muistelisin kyllä jotenkin täällä pitäisi päästä leikkimään Void Campilla ensimmäistä kertaa. Mutta voi tietysti mä muistan väärin.
I got some more questions for you.
Your associate, Ms. Steele, has already taken my statement. I have nothing more to say unless I have an attorney present.
Joo, me se ase esille. Kävinköhän me jossain väärässä järjestyksessä tänne.
Ground floor. Ground floor.
Did I look it up? Missä helvetin kerroksessa se mainframe sitten taas oli? Dang it. Ainakaan täällä tää Esper. On tuolla ykköskerroksessa. Vaikkahan täällä nyt oli jotain muutakin kuin pelkästään toi Bossman.
Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant. I was just checking in.
We'll get back out there. Those reps ain't retiring themselves.
Yeah, suicidal targets would make my job a lot easier.
Everybody's got a job, kid.
Ehkä mä oon vaan the dumbest.
Hey, pal.
Laboratorio siellä on ground flooria.
Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting range.
Shut your whore mouth.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Hello. Hieno kuva. Associated crime scenes. Animal murder.
Muddy boots. Guess he's from out of town. Big caliber, possibly off-world combat weaponry. Ballistics might give me a fix on it.
The shell casings from Runciter should be in the Museum of Military History. They're from an Ender rifle. It's standard issue off-world military hardware. Heavy caliber. That puppy can punch right through a tank. Whoever used this piece didn't just walk into their local sporting goods store and buy it. Those babies are collectibles, and they ain't cheap.
This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354. Still working the explosion at the Tyrell manufacturing plant. It'll take a day or so to analyze the debris, but there's no doubt in my mind that we're dealing with a bomber here. Right now, it looks like the protesters had nothing to do with it. They were in too close proximity to have been in on the deal. No MOs or identities are rolling up just yet, and I'm still going through the inset files to see if any replicant munitions experts are unaccounted for.
Cool.
This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354, conducting the interrogation of Spencer Gregorian, leader of CARS, Citizens Against Replicant Slavery. November 22nd, 2019.
I once again asked that my attorney...
Shut it, shitbird. I'm asking the questions. We've already put you on the machine, so we know you're not a skin job.
That term offends me.
Okay, so you're not one of those biomechanical scumbags. And you claim to not know anything about the bombing at Tyrell.
This is true. We advocate equal rights under the law for replicants. We have nothing against Tyrell Corporation for creating them.
That's some sick logic.
The replicants are living organisms, whether people like you like it or not. Replicants contribute greatly to the economic well-being of our culture. They cannot be discounted as such.
Hell, it'd be no skin off my nose if each and every one of them was hosed down for good. You ever see this guy?
Why, yes. Actually, I have. He was present at the protest. He's not part of our group, but outsiders are usually welcome.
How many new faces showed up that day?
Not too many. A handful at most.
Describe them to me.
I don't know if I can.
Oh no? Recording off.
Let the beating commence.
There was that Rastafarian fellow, and one of our ex-members showed up.
Who's that?
A Japanese man named Izo.
Why'd you get rid of him?
We're a pacifist organization, and we have rules. One of them is no weapons allowed. Izo refused to check in a samurai sword at the door during meetings.
Where can I find this Izo?
He owns one of those little secondhand stores downtown.
Let me ask you a question. Who the hell bankrolls your operation?
Pidättää
We have a
itkua tässä näin.
number of anonymous donors, people with resources and sources.
Such as?
So anonymous, even I don't know who they are.
I almost believe you.
Good job, Steel.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Takaisin nyt mun keskustella sen kanssa enempi.
Lock up.
I don't remember.
You're Spencer Gregorian, right?
No. I really think my lawyer should be here.
I got some more questions for you. Lot of people involved in your cause? Spencer?
Yes, sir, we're growing fast. As more and more people realize that replicants have cognitive and emotional legitimacy, the Citizens Against Replicant Slavery will spearhead the movement towards...
Save the pitch for someone who gives a shit.
We're peaceful people, Detective. We live by a code that men like you could never understand.
Try me.
2 centuries ago, humans were held in slavery. Brave souls formed an underground railroad.
So, you help replicants escape the city.
I'm talking figuratively, Detective.
Sure you are.
Sure you are.
We're not children, Detective. We have resources. The world is changing. People are waking up to the injustices perpetrated by a sick society that you have helped...
A lot of them will wake up dead if reps are allowed to run amok on Terra, jerk.
You joik.
I got some more questions for you. Tell me about your protest at Tyrell's plant.
I already told that other detective everything. Under duress.
I want to know about the people who were there. The Rastafarian and the Asian guy with the sunglasses.
I didn't know the Rastafarian. The Asian fellow was one of our ex-members. Izo was his name.
How long did you know him for?
And Izo was his name. Oh.
I met him about 5 years ago. He seemed so smart and balanced. He really wanted to help the replicant people.
Then what?
He started associating with the more militant factions. I was astounded when I heard he was supplying weapons to some of them.
What kind of weapons?
Shocking.
Guns so new that even the police had hardly used them, I heard.
I'm gonna give you a little test.
The other detective, she already tested me earlier today.
Uh-huh. Look, I gotta check out the equipment, and you're the only stiff around.
I object to this treatment. If you'll just call my lawyer, he'll take care...
Your lawyer would tell you I got the authority to VK the mayor if I want.
True.
He'd have to smile and nod and kiss my butt until I cleared him. So sit down.
Mulla on oikeus verkkokaupattaa. Kun muistais vielä, miten helvetissä toi toimii. Säädetään Human Reaction Gauge. Replicant Reaction Gauge. Niin, tässä on nuo kysymykset, eikö?
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
3rd sector, uptown.
Nice neighborhood?
Very. Is this going to take long?
Just keep your pants on, Spencer.
Low intensity, medium intensity ja high intensity kysymyksiä.
You notice someone attractive across the room.
If I thought the attraction was mutual, I would ask her out for coffee or lunch.
You're having dinner at a friend's home. Halfway through the appetizer, he tells you that you've been eating goose liver pate.
I wouldn't eat it, and I confront him.
What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you?
I'm not answering that.
Why? It's fun.
You've been drafted into the Army. During a boot camp hazing, you're bound, blindfolded, and forced to eat worms.
Hazing's illegal.
Oh yeah, you're really worried about breaking the law. Wonder why I'm the one on this side of the bars.
Civil disobedience has a long history in our world.
So does genocide, but I ain't out butchering my neighbors.
Sick burn, bro.
You've been kidnapped. Your captors tell you that you'd better think about what you did to deserve this.
I try to reason with them.
Tämä on säädettyä tässä vielä.
In a magazine, you come across a full-page photo of a nude girl. The girl is lying on a bearskin rug.
Disgusting. I throw that trash away.
A very human reaction. A damn human reaction.
You're giving a speech to a crowd of hundreds. First, one person starts to laugh. He leans over and says something to the people around him. Soon the whole audience is roaring with laughter and pointing at you.
That's insulting.
Hitting too close to home?
That never happened. And even if it did, well, if I have to be scorned to get my message out, then that's what I'm going to do.
Jossain vaiheessa lopputekseenkin. Terminate. Tää yksi hai vielä.
One of them orders lobster. The chef drops the lobster into the tub of boiling water while you watch.
Are you trying to make me sick?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Test terminated.
Nothing concluded. Vittu mä en muista miten helvetissä tuo toimii. Niinku siis kirjaimellisesti. Joku juttu.
I'm gonna give you a little test.
The other...
You're low and he...
Parempi oppia käyttämään sitä taas.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
3rd sector, uptown.
Nice neighborhood?
Very. Is this going to take long?
Just keep your pants on, Spencer. What do you do for a living?
I teach political science.
Yllättävää.
What's your name?
Spencer Gregorian. I really think my lawyer should be here.
Just keep your pants on, Spencer. A man dressed in rags approaches you on the street and asks for money.
I try to help him, of course. Buy him dinner or take him to a shelter.
Sure you would.
You've been drafted into the Army. During a boot camp hazing, you're bound, blindfolded, and forced to eat worms.
Hazing's illegal.
Oh yeah, you're really worried about breaking the law. Wonder why I'm the one on this side of the bars.
Civil disobedience has a long history in our world.
So does genocide, but I ain't out butchering my neighbors. What do you think it's like to be a replicant?
Horrible. Frightening.
Why?
They're hunted creatures. Anyone can gun them down without consequence.
Jos ne on
I'd say that's frightening, wouldn't you?
Siinä tapauksessa joo.
Like my briefcase? Department issue. Baby hide. 100% genuine human baby hide.
Appropriate. For a killer.
Yeah.
You're having dinner at a friend's home. Halfway through the appetizer, he tells you that you've been eating goose liver pate.
I wouldn't eat it, and I confront him.
Kuinka monta kertaa tätä piti vetää, kun tässä tekee jotain.
Your child comes home with a black eye.
I'd call the school.
What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened
I
to
refuse to say.
I'm not answering.
In a magazine, you come across a full-page photo of a nude girl.
Disgusting.
The girl is lying on a bearskin rug.
Disgusting. I throw that trash away.
You have a little boy. He shows you his butterfly collection, plus the killing jar.
I take him to a psychiatrist.
You're given a calfskin wallet for your birthday.
I'd return it to the person who'd given it to me.
You wouldn't report him?
It depends on how close a friend he is.
Test terminated.
No niin. Jesus. But what did we actually gain from this? We actually learned fuck all. Pitäisi käydä päivittämässä siellä. Mika, tervetuloa Mika opettelija pelaamaan Blade Runneria.
Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354.
No, shut up.
Describe them for me again.
Ja taas bullying. Mika ei osaa pelata. Sad.
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts?
Vahingossa meni tonnekin. Mielenkiintoista. Kai muista miten ne tulee noin Void Camp-jutut sitten.
Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was gonna root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
Kyllä sitten enimmäkseen niinkin humanilta vaikutti siinä, että...
Mainframe and shooting range. Roof.
God damn it. Ei kai siinä. Chinatown. Tuo Ransitters Animals. Sitten on McCoy's Part. Chinatown it is.
Real sushi was a luxury reserved only for the elite, since most sea life had become radioactive after the Third Terran War. The rest of us had to eat new sushi, soya mixed with off-world lichen.
New sushi.
McCoy, LPD. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time.
You're a pretty smart-looking cat. You want to make some money?
Pay me large, you got my rapt attention.
Depends on how much the information's worth.
Unfortunately, my man, I got a boat.
Joo.
Got to mix more out back.
Dynamite dining, old man.
Niin vielä
Catch you later.
2020kään näkynyt lentäviä autoja. And he's gone. Niin on tarkoituskin.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
You wouldn't have to know this
girl. Ever around here?
Nah, all gaijin look like the old man.
Jos
What's real fresh tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived. I fix you right up, no one else. Clean as a whistle.
You're Prince, Howie. This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
This from your place, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You do Howie favor, distribute all through our police station.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just month. Superior chef. Makes all kinds of new sushi.
See you later, Howie.
Thanks for that. Niin. Olisiko ollut tyylikästä, jos olisit tipahdellut koko ajan sen Remnantin pelaamisen aikana. Hey Zuben.
Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute.
Gotta ask you some questions.
You know this girl or not?
Nope. I know who I know, and who I don't know. I don't know her.
Think hard.
Okay. Maybe seen her once. At station. Riding north on bullet train.
North, huh?
Ah! Kissarefleksit. Run, McCoy. Älä ammu siviilejä.
A big guy run past here?
Hey, maybe spare some chinion?
Sure.
The big man, he kinda limping. That away.
Thanks for that. Aika miljoona kertaa
remotely interesting,
ampunut.
but hell, if I was gonna root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
Koska sun ase on ulkona.
Totally uninteresting. Totally uninteresting.
Sitten pitää mennä kertomaan sun pomolle, että sä ammuit just vai jonkun kodittoman tyypin. Nobody wants to do that. Don't do it. You
Lightning
monster.
Squad, Rep Unit, Battle of the Gemini. I'd retired a war hero, someone who'd fought for the freedom of the off-world colonists. The poor guy kind of reminded me of one of those Buffalo soldiers, blacks who had killed and died for America, yet weren't allowed to drink alongside whites. And maybe, just maybe, the photograph validated his own existence. I've gotten all I can from that.
Ehkä tossa voi hoitaa vähän strategisemminkin. Muistelisin, että ton pystyy kyllä
McCoy,
vähän liian kauas.
You're pretty gonna make
me uncut.
Dynamite
dining. Catch
Beautiful night, is wind. This girl.
Nah.
This could be. This from your place, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
How long?
Koitan enimmäkseen vaan muistaa niinku ite,
I've cleaned
your print.
miten tää toimii.
Howie says you're a master chef.
You not come back
En mä sitä
here.
rupea mistään tsekkaamaan niinku.
You know this girl or not?
Nope. I don't know her.
Think hard.
Okay.
North, huh?
Come back here.
A big guy run past here?
Hey, maybe spare some chinion? Thanks. The big man, he kinda limping.
Se on vähän viitosta.
Totally uninteresting.
Sitähän mun piti klikatakin. God damn it.
Relax. Nobody's gonna get retired, okay?
What do you want from Zubin?
Just talk, that's all.
So talk.
Niin, koska mulla on se
There are
ase
things I want to
ulkona
know.
Ah, police.
I'm McCoy, LPD Rep Detect Unit.
Rep Detect?
Sometimes we're called Blade Runners.
Okei, bye.
Locked.
Hyvää poliisityötä, McCoy.
Rumor has it you've been earning your stripes, McCoy.
Working on it.
Keep it up. You just might have a future in this business.
I understand it's got a hell of a retirement plan.
I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that moon bus massacre last month.
They ever find the moon bus?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Kipple.
How many reps we talking about?
Enough. They're Nexus 6s, so don't take too much slack.
Gotcha.
Your target give you the slip? What happened, McCoy? You feel sorry for it?
Nee.
My game must have been off.
Vaan meni.
Go home and get some rest. I'm sure you need it.
Ei viiti vaan ruveta telottamaan jengiä tuolla. Sori, mut sun pitää... Sori Howie, mut sun pitää löytää jostain uusi kokki.
See you later, Howie.
God damn it. Nothing was learned.
Bryant on permanent vacation or what, Lieutenant?
He sends his regards from the hemorrhoid hospital. What's the good news?
Fresh out, but I'm following up some leads.
Don't push it, kid. You look like you're beat anyway. Why don't you rest them dogs the rest of the day?
I still got plenty of energy.
That's an order, McCoy. I'm ordering you to relax.
Crumble.
Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant. I was just checking in.
We'll get back out there. Those reps ain't retiring themselves.
Se just käskit mua mennä himaan.
Suicidal target.
Everybody's...
That totally makes sense. True. Let's update the mainframe, I guess.
Personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Tehdään sen kehittävämpää. Paitsi että Zuben on suspekti.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for two very big men. One dragged... You know this girl or not?
Nope. I know who I know, and who I don't know. I don't know her.
Think hard.
Okay. Maybe seen her once. At station. Riding north on bullet train.
Cool. Ei oo helppoa olla poliisimies. Niinpä.
Your floor number, please.
Roof. Apartments. Ground floor.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
I lived with the best gal I'd ever seen. She was 2 now and full of life and love. She'd cost me about a year's salary, but she was worth it. It was good to have someone warm nearby after completing a dirty job. And the retirement swag from this case would go toward getting her apartment.
Retirement swag. Swag.
Here you go, baby. Dinner time. Maggie, come here, girl. Good doggy.
Pet the dog.
Here you go, baby.
Give
Dinner
treats.
time.
Treats are good. Ei ollut mitään mielenkiintoista.
Zubin was the first Nexus 6 I'd come up against. There was something in his eyes.
You
An
sure?
almost primordial desire to live. Most of the 3s, 4s, and 5s I'd seen would just give up when you had them. But these 6s, they were a whole other breed.
Hienot nämä kamera-ajot tässä.
Portrait of the sleep-deprived.
Got your delivery here, man.
What?
Kingston Kitchen.
Oh, yes, right. Hold on.
Is this what the gravity be like on Mars?
Oh no. It's about a third of what we got here on Terra. Real comfy. How about turning that dial, okay? When I say...
Splat.
Can you control your rat?
I'll have you know that Ricky's a purebred chihuahua, and he's totally real.
Things going good at Tyrell Corporation?
Boring, boring. Old man Tyrell's been on a Wagner kick lately. He never shuts up.
You also do outside work?
Sweetie, I never go outside. It's bad for the glands.
How about Nexus 6? You know a lot about them?
I think you should be going now.
Understand good, it holds deep meaning for me now. Where be your research on Nexus 6? And your test studies, contacts, the works?
Only simulator. Extraterrestrial gravity.
One more minute, you be swallowing this explosive. 3 more minutes, they be hosing you off the True Life building across town.
No, I swear. I don't have anything. If I did, I'd give it to you.
My people sick and dying. You tell me something.
Talk to Dr. Tyrell.
Tell me something I don't know.
The organ designers, Miraji, Hannibal Chu, Luther and Lance. They're closer to him than I am.
Where?
DNA Row. They're all working down on DNA Row. No.
You one miserable package man.
No, please, don't.
More crime.
Hope you aren't camped out there with a bottle of tequila.
Oh, very funny.
Early bird slays the worm, McCoy.
No.
Don't worry. I'm up, Lieutenant. What's the buzz?
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building.
Inside?
That's right. But we also got a sweet little break on it. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang.
Beautiful. How many perps?
Just one. I don't know if it's related to the Runcitor deal or not. Tyrell security will have the disc for you when you get there. You'll be good, killer.
Aye, aye, sir. Don't kill everyone. Maggie.
Come here, girl.
Who's a good girl?
Good doggy.
Muistakaa syöttää. Heittää koiralle aina triittejä niin kuin
Here you go, baby. Dinner time. Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Your floor number, please.
Roof. How dare you? Maggie ain't no disgusting replicant. Pitäisikö käy poliisissa mun kautta? Tullut lisää informationia. Give me the deets.
Mainframe and shooting range.
Pitäisikö mun mennä jo? Money!
Can the department float me some chin yen? This investigation's getting expensive.
Look, this ain't on the department tab, okay? This is a personal loan.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
It's fine.
This goddamn city knows how to manage funds. They've been flush for years.
I thought we were under budget.
Trust me, ain't nobody getting rich unless they're sneaking some on the side. Hell, I can barely pay for the fuel for my car.
Ever hear of public transportation?
Get out of here before I throw my desk at you.
Get out of here.
Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant. I was just checking.
Muistaakseni ihan alun perin silloin niillä oli nämä taustat sun muut, kaikki tämmöset niinku jo valmiina.
Suicidal targets would make my job a lot
rupes
easier.
koitti jos ne tekee ihan niinku siis spriteilla tekis noin hahmot. Kuulemma näytti ihan äässiltä. Sen takia nyt teki niin voxeleilla. Ja näyttää kyllä paljon paremmalta. Voin kuvitella. Dem voxels.
During his last election campaign, Governor Kolvig promised a bold new plan of action to clean up the worst regions of the highly toxic debris that surrounds our city, the so-called kipple. Just how much progress has been made since then? We spoke to the governor just before his weekly meeting with the city council.
Our studies have shown that the kipple's effect upon Los Angeles is minor. The radiation and toxic waste is contained in relatively small pockets, all miles distant from the city center. Nevertheless, cleaning things up out there is a worthwhile goal, especially with the thousands of specials living on the city fringes. For now, all I can say is that we're looking at several options, and I'm sure everyone will be pleasantly surprised by our final proposal.
Sure, it's fine.
Uploading personal clue.
Totally fine.
Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Moon bus hijacking.
I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that moon bus massacre last month.
They ever find the moon bus?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the kipple.
In the kipple. Lähtiin tuo laisespletki. Smart.
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang. Tyrell security will have the disc for you when you get there. You be good, killer.
Sure.
Ruth.
Ruth. Hetkinen, mä oon kässällä. Rangella.
You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
We get a new weapons shipment?
Yeah, Guzza requisitioned a couple of cases for the assault teams.
Let me guess. He's planning on taking out a small city.
Lieutenant's a big believer in overkill.
I've gotten all I can from that. That weapons shipment just came in. You got the paperwork handy?
Why? You got a pressing need to rummage through my private files?
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot you were keeping your lacy underthings in there. Look, Jack, I just want to see what they're charging for a crate of rifles these days.
Too damn much if you ask me, especially at the rate the assault teams are losing them. I guess there ain't no harm in it.
Nice.
You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
I've gotten all I can from that.
Nice. Arms dealing call. Se on meidän bossille jotain kommentoitavaa tuohon. Se kannattaa. Ei sitä haittaakaan.
Get out of here before I throw my desk at you.
But you have the thing.
Get out of here before I throw my desk at you.
Right. Kai me sit sovitaan, että mulla
You know this
on
girl
jotain
or not?
weapons order formista. Kannattaa.
Roof.
Now the roof. Tyrell buildings. Tyylikkään näköiset taustat.
McCoy, LPD.
Just a minute.
Where do I go?
Grab test on the east wing, 66th floor. Here's the footage from the security cameras. You get a pretty good look at the man's face.
How'd he get past you guys?
He pretended to be a delivery man. Dr. Eisenduller ordered in a lot, so it didn't seem unusual.
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
And by I might, I will.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. It was a Tyrell sales brochure for the Nexus series, the kind of glossy hype that ends up littering the floor at trade shows. This one was for last year's infamous Lolita model, a big hit with the all-important dirty old man market.
Disgusting.
Someone had tried to access a bunch of protected files on the Tyrell network and failed, not just once, but a dozen times. Tyrell engineers might forget their passwords, but what would the GravLab boys need with replicant DNA sequences and incept dates? I couldn't even begin to guess what Eisenduller's password was.
Varmaan likududi 666.
Wrong again, and this time I was locked out. Tyrell security was even better than I'd heard.
Dang it.
Jesus.
I've seen worse, but not by much.
Learn anything?
You could strain him through a sieve.
This earring yours?
Maybe it belongs to that other cop who was up here. The babe with the shades and the cigarettes.
Ain't her style. Throw her babe to her face, you're liable to end up with a severe limp. You spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
Työtä kameramies.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens.
Right.
I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours. And
Koiran
now it was
palasia.
dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up. I'd seen more dead animals than live, and now it was... I thought about...
Yeah.
I'd seen more, and now it... I thought about... Obviously, he'd been killed with an explosive, and not just because he'd been plastered on the wall with 1,000 strokes. The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story, but I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him. Disgusting. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? You spot anything you think
Ricky
I ought to
Lake.
know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
Womp womp.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Taisin mällätä ton ihan vaan sen mun liikurudin läpän takia. I think I fucked up. No, siinähän fucked uppasin sitten. Welp!
Lagging behind again?
Guza didn't say anything about me working with a partner.
Oh, in a pig's ass, Slim. No, I'm following up on my own. Could be it's linked to this Tyrell debacle.
How's yours connected to mine?
I'm still putting the pieces together. It's all stored in Esper's mainframe. You hear about the Moonbus massacre?
Gaff mentioned it.
Just.
Could be our cases are overlapping. I might keep you posted.
Do that. You friendly with Eisendeller?
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisendeller, he almost never left his lab.
He afraid of somebody?
I think it had something to do with the air outside, and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Voi vaan hengailla siellä koiran kanssa siellä antigrafitissa ja
Chief engineer.
syödä
The lab
teekaattia.
runs tests to see how a replicant would perform in different planetary gravitational fields. That kind of thing. One of the other engineers could tell you more.
You know if anyone lost an earring like this one lately?
Not one of the employees, that's for sure. The boss enforces a strict dress code around here.
How did Eisendeller's moo-moo fit in?
Hey, you know, company rules only apply to the lesser mortals.
How do I get in to see the big boss?
You don't, unless he wants to see you.
Okay. How do I make him want to see me?
Well, you could call his personal assistant.
Who is?
Don't know offhand.
Yeah, I get the picture.
Liian korkealla.
You know anything about Tyrell's computer system?
Security is tight as a drum, if that's what you're asking.
Somebody tried to access restricted data from the terminal in Dr. Eisendeller's office.
But they couldn't get in.
Yeah. Looks like Dr. Tyrell keeps his files safer than he keeps his employees. I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
Not for mere mortals, is it? Du. Pääsee leikkiä taas Esperille, jee! Enhance.
Mainframe and shooting range.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete. Scanning video disk. One enhanceable image found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database.
Sepä.
Tyrell Grav Test Lab.
What do we have here? Mielenkiintoinen kuvakulmakäännös
The
taas.
earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me. Like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. Give me a hard copy of that.
Rastaman get. What's this then? Enhance. Nothing, yeah. Pre-crisis doge.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? Give me a hard copy of that.
Kamera katossa. Koiran leuan alle. It's fine.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Give me a hard copy of that.
Ennen kuin sen pää räjähti. Kiinnostaa hardcopyt tässä tilanteessa. Just noinhan mun piti tehdä taas. Koetat epätoivoisesti cancelöidä niin se päättää aina tykittää tonne. Do the CSI thing. Come on, do it. Nothing. Ei sitten.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
We found the Rastafarian. Tai ehkä tarkemmin sanottua Rastafarian. Tiedänkö se olisi mainittu jossain aikaisemminkin?
The goons over at the Tyrell building wouldn't let me talk to their boss. Maybe you can set up a meeting.
Anyone else in that whole company who knows anything?
You and I both know it's a one-man show over there.
I'll give it a try, kid. I'll have to pull some strings, so don't go in there half-assed. Make sure you got some legit questions for the resident genius.
Appreciate it, Lieutenant.
Totta kai.
Get out of here before I throw my...
Sorry to bother you, Lieutenant.
We'll get back...
Yeah.
Every...
Ei oo, samat sitten, kiitos. Tämäkin on vähän tämmönen asia, minkä takia tota ei voi hoitaa niinku tyyliin jonkun kommunikaattorin kautta. Tää vaivautua paikan päälle. Me tullaan nyt juttelemaan teidän isoille pomoille. Niin kai sitten. Enjoy it, you frack, I guess. Kela kuin kallis joku pöllö olisi oikeesti.
Beautiful, isn't it?
The owl or the view?
Both.
The view's amazing. The owl, well, artificial things never did that much for me.
It's a flawless replica. We used a real one as a model.
Owls are extinct. Who told you the model was real?
Dr. Tyrell?
Yeah.
He's wrong, or lying. Check your Sydneys.
Eldon wouldn't make up something like that.
You're Tyrell's assistant?
Yes, I'm Rachel. Dr. Tyrell is very busy. I'm fully familiar with all Tyrell operations.
He does know I'm a cop, right? Blade Runner unit?
Dr. Tyrell has already met with one Blade Runner today and has important business to attend to. Your department should coordinate its efforts better.
Yeah, but...
You may speak to me or you may leave. I can't offer you any other choices.
Fair enough.
That's
I wanted to ask about Marcus Eisenduller.
I can't tell you who killed him if that's what you're asking.
We've already got a suspect. What I want to know is why the killer would be interested in replicant DNA information.
That's a stupid question.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Rude.
Your suspect is obviously a replicant, a very dangerous one.
I thought replicants were safe, more human than human. Isn't Dr. Tyrell pushing to make it legal to use rep labor to clean up the kipple?
Are we here to discuss corporate policy or Marcus Eisenduller's murder?
A little of both.
Jos se kaksi asiaa liittyy toisiinsa.
You heard about the moon bus hijacking?
Mm.
Yeah, I guess you would have. 50 people dead.
You can't blame...
I'm surprised you aren't out doing spin control.
I can blame who the fuck I want.
The public gets nervous when your pets wander around the city without a leash.
Replicants aren't pets.
Also rude.
Right. Pets live longer and don't go around killing people.
Well...
There are safeguards in the design.
Yeah, I've seen the data. Implanted memories, a 4-year lifespan. I'd probably get a little crazy too, but I don't think I'd start killing people.
Wouldn't you?
As I explained to Mr. Deckard earlier, I've given the Nexus 6 model a past. I've given it the purity and innocence of childhood. And all the joy and despair that comes with a real existence. That's hardly a death sentence. That's life.
I thought you weren't meeting with any more Blade Runners today.
Well, I decided to make an exception. Mr. McCoy, isn't it?
McCoy, Andy McCoy.
You do understand the need for the Nexus 6 to have an identity?
Not really. No. I do see why a replicant who has an identity would want to steal Eisenduller's files.
Please, enlighten me.
They want more life.
They're wasting their time.
All the life.
They're gonna come for you, just like they came for Eisenduller.
I have nothing to fear from any of my children. I'd tell them all exactly what I told you. Have I given you what you came here for?
Not really.
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe.
Then if you'll excuse me, I have a stockholder meeting to attend.
Yllättäen tämmöset dystopia-futurit on täys kusipää. CEOita sun muita. Rude. No, se on aika rude kuitenkin. Jos ei muuta.
You know who deals in insects down here?
You don't want insects? They're no good companion. But fish. Fish are good. I have every kind of fish for you. Blowfish, dorado, miniature sailfish. Very friendly.
No thanks. I got a dog at home.
Fish just as good as dog.
No, my dog is real.
Real? Oh, you must make lots of money.
Let's get back to insects. Official LPD business.
Down at end of Animal Row, you see big green sign? You try there.
Näet sä ton jäätävän kokoisen hyönteislogon tuolla? Voisikohan se kenties olla se? Could it possibly be? Aikamoinen konsepti.
Careful, senor. You're poison.
Scorpions?
See? Finest quality. Perhaps you purchase one?
I don't think so.
Mä uskon, että koirat ja skorpionit hirveän hyvin yhdistyy kyllä.
Oh, deadly too, senor.
This your work?
Ah, the dragon.
Dragon?
See? Anosoptera. Dragonfly, late of the American South Swampland.
You sell jewelry with dragonflies?
Item like that, very special significance. Very rare, senor. Estate item, and most likely part of large collection. Person must have plenty money to obtain a collection.
More than I can afford.
You try Hawker
Lentis
Circle.
money.
Might want to trade for this. With luck, you may find.
If this is from a collection, I'm also looking for the other pieces.
I make you a deal. I found out where to get dragonfly jewelry. Then you buy a piece, right? For special lady friend? You come back later.
I'll do that.
You take care, chasing the dragon. Handsome man like you has lady friend, of course.
All my girl cares about is food and love.
Oh, how romantic. What is this girl's name?
Maggie.
Maggie. Ah, Maggie, senor. It's perfect, is it not?
Sure. Tän takia me saatiin omalta rahaa. Voidaan ostella riihkamaan.
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend, he's asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
Sure.
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry?
No, senor. If you come back late.
I might.
Might I interest you in a snake lover one?
Not today, thanks. You know anything about insects?
I regret that I do not, noble one, save that I feed them to my snakes.
You do what?
Snakes? Artificial ones, of course. The safeguards in the design of my snakes would not allow them to swallow a real insect.
I assume that this insect is already extinct.
They all died after the war, yes.
Oikea
So the
hyönteisfiltteri.
fakes must be pretty expensive.
If bought in bulk, the price is acceptable. They do not need to eat them, of course, but the added realism is worth every penny. Have you ever
Totally
seen
worth
this
it.
craftsmanship?
Right now I'm more interested in the insect.
Perhaps you should ask the Peruvian woman next door. She's an expert on such things. And
Ehkä puhuin sille jo.
wonderful group of friends.
I need to ask you,
Certainly the LPD must have better things to do than to question a humble merchant over and over again about the same things. Why aren't you out arresting criminals like that disreputable Bob fellow?
Bob?
Bob.
He owns the armament shop up the street. He's insane, number one, insane. He takes peculiar pleasure in agitating all the vendors around here. I cannot even go out for a Cisco without worrying whether Bob is going to sabotage my snakes.
Thanks for your time.
Asia selvä. Let's go see this Bob. Bullet Bobs. Runner surplus. Onnistukohan murhaamaan itteni saman tien? Todennäköisesti.
Excuse me, pal.
Sillä ei ole mitään sanottavaa tähän asiaan.
That a 45 blaster under your coat, or you're just happy to be here?
You got good eyes.
They ought to be.
Hyvin toi
They're the only
seuraa
organs
toi
of mine that
turretti sua
survived
koko
the
ajan.
Phobos Wars intact.
Ray McCoy, Rep Detect.
Blade Runner, huh?
That's me. Varmuuden vuoksi seivaus.
How come I never heard of you?
I just got assigned.
Yeah, I'm kind of buddies with Davy Holden. How's he doing?
Word is he's gonna be okay.
That skin job must have been pretty damn quick getting by Davy like that. He's the best in the business.
He'll be back on the job soon.
Absolutely.
You sell any off-world stuff? Like Ender rifles?
Nah, I ain't seen anything like that in years. Wish I had one, though. The Endo was a real workhorse. Good stopping power, decent rate of fire. You looking? Gonna cost you a bundle, I'm afraid.
Not really. Somebody shot up Runsiter's shop with one.
Sucker had it coming. I'm sure of that.
Why's that?
Runsiter's always putting on those airs like he's better than everybody else. But he'll do anything for a buck. Sell anything to anybody. That's where I draw the line. If it's suspicious, it's out of here. Got no place at Bullet Bob.
Sure.
You know anyone who might sell Ender rifles?
There's one other guy around here who dips into that stuff. Got a pawn shop down the street. Goes by the name of Ezo. But who knows what the real title
Ding,
is.
ding, 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 ding.
Ezo, huh? Sounds like you don't like him.
Ezo's okay. He's run the green pawn for a while. We're friendly competitors, I guess. But I don't appreciate his politics.
Yeah?
Rumors, that's all they are. I was out there, Ray. I did my time. 3.5 years worth. And I can tell you, Rep's got no business being down here on Earth, okay?
Yeah. Earth don't deserve him.
Tell me about it. We got standards to uphold down here.
It's racist.
I hear you've been waving guns around on Anemoid Row.
Who's been telling you that crap? That lying
Why not?
Egyptian snake oil salesman?
Hassan?
That's the one. I should have popped him when I had the chance. You want to know what really happened?
Soma ja
I wanted to
Observeri
get my
putkeen.
daughter a present for her birthday, right? I bought an iguana from that crook Hassan. And the damn thing ran out of juice just 2 days after I plucked down a shitload of chinyen.
En oo
Son of a
pelannut
bitch wouldn't give
Observeria
me a
vielä
refund.
kertaakaan.
So I threatened to burn down his shop.
Sometimes you just gotta be philosophical about these things.
That's exactly what my wife says. I heard of you.
Is that right?
You ain't done much.
I just got assigned.
Guys like you
Miksi me
get
käydään
hurt
tää
real
keskustelu taas
easy.
uudestaan?
Meaning what, exactly?
It ain't like you're a real Blade Runner. Not like Steel or Gaff.
They get hurt sometimes too. It's a
Rude.
dangerous business. You
Do you
got
have any
decent
ammo?
for my piece?
You mean the good stuff?
I do.
Because I know them police issue spitballs just don't cut it.
Not these days.
Yeah, I know how it is. If you want to drop a skin job, you need a little extra oomph. I got a few clips around here somewhere. If you got the chin yen for it.
Okay, let's have it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
En usko, että mä haluan ruveta void-campfaamaan sitä täällä campilla. Nyt vois koittaa vetää aseen esiin.
Hey, put that away!
I'm gonna put something away, but it ain't gonna be my gun. I'd crossed the line. Bob was a psychopath, but I was almost sure he wasn't a replicant. I didn't have a lot of stay in faith.
He. Mä luulin, että mulla laitettu turretti automaattisesti.
Jesus.
Likvidoista. Toi oli niin hidas toi turretti, että kerännyt tehdä mitään.
I'm gonna put something away, but it
Ei
ain't gonna
kerännyt
be my
tapahtua
gun.
mitään outoa. Se oli aika äänitön haulikko.
How'd you feel about taking a little test?
You mean the Void Comp? You come into my shop and you want to VK me?
Relax, I just...
It's funny. You thinking I'm a rep. Set up the test. We'll see what's what around here.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
Downtown, 4th sector. Hey, this is great. Should I be sitting any special way?
Just relax.
Vaan istut vaan.
What do you do for a living?
I sell donuts.
Chill, Bob.
Come on, is the whole thing gonna be this dull?
Just answer the questions as truthfully as you can. What's your name?
Bob Gorski. This ain't no different than the DMV.
Just a sec. A man dressed
ruvetaan
in
kysymään
rags
häiritseviä
approaches you on the
kysymyksiä.
street and asks for money.
I tell him to get a job. Ain't he heard there's a labor shortage around here?
You're having dinner at a friend's home. Halfway through the appetizer, he tells you that you've been eating goose liver pâté.
I beat the crap out of him.
A teacher calls you stupid in front of the rest of the class.
Yeah, I remember that. Bitch.
What's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you?
I don't know. I busted up a guy's face once. He was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I meant to kill him, so that was kind of embarrassing.
Mielenkiintoisesti ne molemmat menee tuolla. Replicant reaction cage ja human reaction cage menee samaan linjaan melkein.
In their excitement, the animals knock you down into the mud. Using a butcher knife, you slit the throat of the nearest sow. You're covered in blood as you stumble to your feet.
Now why the hell would I do something like that?
You tell me.
No way. I served my time. I've opened men up from belly to throat. But butchering animals? This test ain't right.
Uh-huh.
You see an oversized book with pictures of exotic animals on the cover. The title is Big Game Hunting in Zaire.
I'd burn the book.
Let me finish. Curious, you flip it open. There's a picture of a man standing with his foot on a dead Cape buffalo. You find yourself fascinated. You keep paging through it, seeing picture after picture of animals laid to waste, each more gruesome than the last.
So this is how this test goes, huh? You asking me sick questions.
It's designed to provoke you.
Is that right?
What do you think it's like
I think it's
to
working.
be a replicant?
Scary.
Really?
Hey, if every right-thinking citizen was out to waste my ass, yeah, I'd be scared.
You're watching an old movie. It shows a banquet in progress. The guests are enjoying raw oysters. The entree consists of boiled dog.
Damn. You know, I'm getting to be an old man, and I ain't gonna tell you I've never eaten meat. But even back when I was a kid, that would have made most people sick. I'd stop watching the movie.
Your child comes home with a black eye.
Katso vetää mua sillä haulikolla naamaan.
He's a good kid. Everyone's got to get bloodied sometimes.
You're 7 years old.
High intensity
You
all the way.
managed to steal several marshmallows from the kitchen and sneak them back to your bedroom. You're caught, and your father spanks you.
Good for him.
Positive result. Subject is human. Test terminated.
So that's it?
Yeah?
That's about
Since
it.
you didn't shoot me, I must have registered okay.
Yeah, it was touch and go there for a while.
Well, you know, I think about skin jobs all the time. Try to get into their heads. Maybe that's what the deal is.
Maybe. Aika pitkälti, jos mä nyt ihan oikein ymmärrän tuossa noin, kun se menee about siihen niinku plus miinus nollaan se kalibraatiohomma siinä, niin sit noin melkein meni niinku samassa tasossa koko aika, mutta kyllä se oli enimmäkseen ihan snaristi koko aika siellä ihmispuolella kuitenkin tuo se linja siinä. Joo. 2 tuntia ja rapiat. Tämä onkin vähän meni vielä monimutkaisemmaksi. Jotenkin tuntuu, että mä muistan tätä peliä tosi väärässä järjestyksessä. Siitä on niin kauan aikaa viimeksi tullut pelattua tätä näin, että mä muistan silleen niin kuin siis mä sequence breakkaan tätä koko ajan mun omassa päässä ja sen takia mä oon koko ajan ihan silleen niin kuin, että mä en ihan 100% varma, pitäisikö tämän tapahtua tässä kohdassa ja pitäisikö tämän tapahtua tässä kohdassa ja confused, mikä is confused. Kyllä se siitä. Kyllä tässä jonkinnäköiseen loppuun pääsee aina. Ihan sama kuinka urposa aika pitkälti oot pelaamaan tätä näin, niin kyllä se jonkinnäköisen lopun saat siitä irti. Ei se mitään. Jatketaan. Joo, tänään on keskiviikko. Joo. Huomenna kerkee vielä striimat. Perjantaina ei kerkee, mutta Them Blade Runners though. Bye!